Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 160th edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. I'll tell that the market has continued its mixed trend globally, and also down here we are seeing that locally our market is in green, but as we speak, the world market is in misdirection. Some requirements are looking up while some are still adjusting down just to reflect the information that are flowing in this market, reflecting different opinion. We have seen a political tension here, in different places in UK, in China, all over. We're seeing all this reflecting in the performance of market in this domain. It tells you that, as I said earlier, that when news are in the market, you as a trader or investor, your concern is to look at what is the chart telling you. That's why I say you must have this pictorial, or you look to tell you attitude, because the candlestick or the price action, price structure, whatever you call it, will reflect what is happening in the mind of the people, and you see it playing out the psychology or in the chart. That's why you are exactly where to look at as a trader or investor at any given time, so that you will know what to do, so that you won't be carried away by market oscillation up and down. You must know exactly what you are doing in the market at any given time. And this is why I will tell you that you must place your protective stop loss even as high as what your buy decision or your pick decision of any stock. Why it is important that as you are entering stock, you are having a stop loss already, so you can manage risk. Risk is very important. Why you manage risk? Because of what you want to protect your capital, and in because also the market is becoming extremely volatile. Market is becoming extremely volatile at this point. You don't need to also go into looking at what is happening in the market as we speak. You need to look at what is the psychology of people in this market. So it will guide you exactly what to do per time as a trader or investor. Once you're able to do this, I'm telling you, you will be what on the good side of the market. Like I said, I remember I told you in the other previous week that you must know where side of the market you are. Don't be at the wrong side of the market. Always be what on this good side of the market. Why? How do you? Because you must look at the trend of the general market and also the trend of the particular instrument you are trading, or the underlying equity or future you are trading, to know exactly where they are going, and also the attitude of people in that market, because the chart will always tell you this. That's why it's very, very, very key to understand the market you are playing. This is very why I tell you, everybody in the market, whether you are a novice, you are a professional, you need to understand where is the market going, so that you're able to know exactly what to do per time. As to speak now, I'll tell you that the market, I've said earlier, look at what is happening in Europe. I'll tell you that the investors' confidence, kind of inch up or improve as a result of what? Yes, the news and on the signal that the Fed more also likely trying to slow down, their what? Slow down its rate, hike, and that is a good motivation in the market across. This signal, or this kind of information is what is kind of putting confidence in the investors mind. Also, don't forget that the outcome of the election, or what we call it, the appointment in UK, that in the last many months we have seen about almost three prime minister, but a new one of them, that also that's tension in that domain. And don't forget that also, as investors are looking at the figure that just emanate from China, that to show that the second largest economy improved despite the COVID-19 surge here and there. But the fear again that having, that also political issue in that environment, also trying to make the Asia market look very well, look very flat at this point, because of what? The political tension of the president, and of which continuation in office. These are the things. I tell you that politically you can't separate the economy from politics. They have role for each other word, interrole, and each other word support each other. That's why any serious government or any serious politician know that no matter what decision you are taking, you must make a decision that will improve the economy, because the two go together. You can see that because what is happening in political angle of political space is also influencing the market and also the economy. You can see what happened in Europe, in UK, sorry, in Europe, how the change and also the pronouncement of a cutting tax and all those stuff. All this policy coming from the fiscal authority. You see how it was also affecting the economic activities and also the financial market generally in that domain. Now, also in China, we're seeing yes improve economic activities of last quarter, the third quarter, we see improvement in their GDP. But also this power touch and all those stocks also what is also weakening this Asia market as we speak now. But I believe that with time also to find solution to it. These are the things we also look at. Also, emerging market also I will tell you the emerging market index also looking up gradually. That's why the importance of this news of Fed trying to slow down in rate hike. I'll tell you that will give a lot of emerging market opportunity because I'll tell you they will see opportunity in this market. Why? Because of what? Strong dollar coming into this emerging market, to get volume of position. That is why foreign investors also might like to start looking at where there's stability, in some emerging market where they can also come back and invest what money because of the pull out of this emerging market because of the strong dollar and also rate hike, most of this market in emerging market has been remained a bit cheap and attractive for them now. That means they might likely come back if this signal of Fed reducing rate continue, and also as all eyes are on what on the coming award Fed meeting. Also, don't forget that data, economic data is very very important. In US, in Europe, all eyes on what on macroeconomic data or report that also guide their what investment decision. Just like here down from here, we're also looking at earnings. Also, they are all looking at it. And also, don't forget that in US, we're going to see those big names, especially in tech, tech sector and others, are going to release the results. Even their, in the industrial goods also to release the results. Also, we're expecting here that as we speak now, not more than 8 to 9 companies have released results for this earnings season for tech. But thank him here, we believe that this is also going to impact our market the more if we see a better number coming up from this side of the market. But the good thing is that I will tell you that the market is mixed all over the world, and we're seeing some climate looking up, some adjusting down. US opened this morning slightly low, but expectation of results, we can see the mixed numbers also around the US market. Dan Jones and the S&P and the Nasdaq, all these stocks are also slightly, in a lower position this morning at this hour. But I believe that with time, because of this result I'm expecting, we expect to see a rebound in these prices. But in Europe, we are seeing also that the market is also mixed there, but we have more gainers in Europe compared to what we saw in US. That means this news I'm just explaining now has also impacted this market in Europe. We can see the improved market and sentiment in that market. But Asia, I'll tell you, Asia market is a bit mixed and flat because of what is happening in China, despite the positive economic news, but the political situation also is what is also influencing the board. You can see that the currency there, for almost the first time we're seeing their currency looking down for lower for almost 2011 7 or 2017. You can see that tells you that people are still waiting to see what will come out of the political. This is why you can see, and also down here you can see that in Africa market is mixed, and why Nigeria market as now is strongly sharply up this morning as a result of what position taking what in investment. We can see that also reflecting in the market this morning. For market to be almost around the, as we speak now, getting almost 0.5% up. But I believe that this also going to continue as we see more earnings that are what like beat expectation. This is what we have to expect in the market today. But before we go into looking at what the chart is doing, we want to look at the market generally to see the earnings that have released to the market this so far, how they are fair, and at the same time how this thing should also impact the prices of individual companies and also the general market at large, and how also investors should go about investing in this earnings season. Is it the time for you to start running away from the market? Is it the time for you to start buying into value? And I'll tell you, this is the time for investors to start buying into value because we're already in the third quarter result, which also give insight what's likely to happen at the end of the year. And not only that, you see the company earnings with the numbers you are seeing, you can really forecast or kind of project to the future what is likely to come out of what this company's full year result. Also knowing that some companies are are good with what we call dividend equalization policy. That is what they do. And if you see that their numbers they are putting has also surpassed what they did in previous year, also even close to what they did previous year, that means you should have an idea what's likely to come as dividend at the end of the day. And that is very, very important. And also the payout ratio of this company is key. Go and check for the last 5 years or 3 years what they pay out this company from their earnings. There's a company that has out of our earnings, we're going to pay only just 25% of our earnings as dividend. Some can pay as high as 50, some can pay as high as 70. Even the foreign companies or well have foreign institutions in Nigeria here, they pay as high as even 98%. Not retaining anything about what they want to pay for institutional investors to have money. This I think you know the payout of these companies at this time because it's going to guide you. That's why you need to buy into value and also like always like, I want language that buy where the billionaires are. The billionaires in Nigeria here, we know them and we know where they have share as investors. And don't forget that because they are major shareholders in that, they also like to work to pay good dividend at the end of the day because that's the only way they can get more. Even though they are not capital appreciation is still there, but that is the way they can have free money. For me, also look at those angle. It's very very good for us also to consider as what as investors or traders. These are the things that are likely to work to impact prices up and down when you are investing. Once you have it at the back of your mind, I will tell you, you are taking your decision based on what? On knowledge, and we are not rushing, and we are not taking on what? On guess or also on assumption or following bad wagon. That's why I said at the beginning of this class that you must have a goal because your goal will guide the kind of stock you buy and industry you should be and how long you need to stay in that position. That's why if you are entering, you have the what? Your stop loss, you have your entering strategy. That means your entering position, the entering price, you have your exit price, and your profit target at the end of the day. Once you can work within this your trading strategy or trading your plan, all these I've mentioned, I'll tell you you will be far far better than those that are just guessing or just following bad wagon in the market. And that is why we're in this class so that you can share knowledge and you can better your what your position. And don't forget, I always say that once you are watching your chart, because we are only looking at the fundamental of the economy, the fundamental of the market, then of the market, and fundamental of the company. You can see fundamental of the company, the market, and what and the company. But the most important thing you must look at what is the sentiment, because perception and sentiment is key when it comes to what equity investment. What is the perception of people towards the particular sector, towards the particular stock, and towards the particular what brand. Once you know all this is what will guide you, and that is why you need to look at what your chart. Like I said, I will tell you any trader in the market or investor at the stand on one leg cannot make effective use of this market to generate wealth or create wealth for himself. You must understand how to stand on these two legs of analysis, the fundamental and the technical analysis, so that you can make informed investment decision, especially at this volatile market that while looking at market to rebound, you need to know exactly the right price to buy and what's going to push the market up. And also you know the stock that knowing the right price to enter them and right price to sell them. And you must understand what that perception I mentioned earlier and what a sentiment to buy right and also sell right. And that will be the help of what the help of your technical analysis. Many people are carried away with having too much indicators they are using. I'll tell you, they have one force that always drive equity market anywhere in the world. This force was the imbalance in demand and supply. If you have it and know how to use it effectively in the market, you might not even be able to look for more indicators than just study two or three indicators that help you. Today you are good to go. I see people putting a 10 indicator, 6 indicator, 5 indicator in a chart. I come to see this person confused. There are major forces that that drive any market is what this demand and supply. Once you know it and also find one or two indicators at it, you always know how to stay ahead of it. That's why in Investdata we use what we call price action or price structure. We look at our momentum, timing, and also we forecast based on what on our chart. This is what we use. And if you know how to combine these simple things, you will be ahead of the market at the right time. You will not be panicking when market is adjusting up and down. Like people have been panicking out of their position. I said, no, it's time for you to hold on to your position, especially if you're in good work, in good stock. But when you are in a stock that see that, yes, as we're seeing number now, those numbers are not in agreement with your expectation, you can easily cut that right before you have your stop loss and move to where you can have opportunity to recover that you have lost and also move on in the market. Yes, before we go to the chart, I've said earlier, I want to look at the fundamentals or the result, the financial that relate to the market between yesterday and this hour as we speak. I'll tell you now, we're seeing increasing number of companies releasing results. Out of this number that we've seen so far, I'll tell you that 70% of the results are still very impressive. Just 30% are not too okay, missed in that direction, while about 2 are what in decline in all this. They tell you if out of with number we're seeing today, about 10 or 9 stock companies that release results, we say that 70% of this result also remain impressive, yet to reflect much of the headwinds in the economy. Tells that these companies in this environment are really doing well. It tells you that once we have seen improve economic situation, we want to see more numbers that will support them. And that's why I told people in one of the class that also that the big boys, the smart money, are also looking at this number to see where to position, because I tell you, time value of money, we see it much applicable and more reasonable looking at the equity space or the market. Yes, you might see kind of improving yield in the market, but I tell you that since the global rate hike is a general thing that every bank, every certain bank of the world are hitching their decision on what Fed is doing in US. Now that they have seen now sign of slowing down, their rate, that also expect is is also follow suit that once Fed starts adjusting rate down, other central bank of the world will do that because before now you can see that the World Bank IMF has continually warned about what plunging the economy into what into recession. And if they're not taken in less than a year from now, we'll see that the world might go back to recession, and that will be very bad for the global economy and also individual economy. For that, I think as Fed is trying to rethink and slow down their rate hike, many also central banks of the world will follow suit. That will also be a plus for what for the equity market in the nearest future, especially if we get it through the next MPC meeting, and also will have elections successfully. I'll tell you, our market is a place to work to really stay and build wealth if you understand how to trade this market. That is why it's time for you to acquire knowledge in any aspect, knowledge technically, fundamentally, to make informed decisions to stay ahead of the market is very, very key and important at this point and at this time because market is at a critical point as we speak. To work for those to know how we see wealth transfer, and at the same time those are able to what generate wealth or create wealth for themselves through what the equity market. As we speak now, yesterday after the market has closed, we've seen the UB result coming in the market. I'll tell you this result was not bad at all. This is an impressive number. Yes, people will be asking why is it that their comprehensive income decline. But I'll tell you, as analyst or investor, you want to look at what is the profit after tax of this company, and then you also look at that what comes to you as investor when they are taking care of. Comprehensive income is equally good, but you see that in that result they released, there was no note to tell you why there was a decline in their comprehensive income. But what matters is that you are looking at the PAT of this bank, and this is the first commercial bank, the first tier banks, the figures that released the result, and it's a sign what we're likely to see in all that. I will tell you this number is looking good, not bad. Knowing where they are coming from. I expect that their Q4 should be better than this also because of what if you look at the top line, which is the gross earnings of this bank, move from 493.44 billion to 608.3 billion. That is about 23% up for the third quarter, which is the 9 months. For me, it's a good one for the bank. The PAT also moved from 104.6 billion to 116.04 billion, 11% up again. Here you can see that the numbers are looking up. Despite all the situation that's happening in the economy, the banks remain a big stable. Good for me for this number. If you look at the EPS of this bank, move from 2 naira 94 to 327 kobo. This is a great improvement. But before I go to the PAT, look at the interest income of the bank, and this is what we will see because of this. Less than 5 months, we have seen about a 400 basic point increase in interest rate. I said earlier in this class at different fora that this is going to impact positively on the banking sector. UB has given us insight of this. Again, you can see that for this period, their net income, so interest income moved by 22.4%. It for me is a good one from 343.3 billion to 420.2 billion. For me, it's a good one, and this is what you expect from the bank. That's why I said for every design investor, this time for you to position what in banking stock, especially those that see there is value and also their earnings going to sustain. And when I saw the price of GTB, kind of winning a divergent, which we took advantage also for the people in this class. You can see that when if this number we saw in UPA is replicated in all the other banks and we see it better from other banks, that also tell you that these numbers will support the earnings, the price of this company going to the future. And I see that when the smart money, the portfolio managers, the PFA start seeing these numbers, they will start also rethinking as doing their analysis to come back to this market. I'm not speaking for them, but I believe that every investment again in the future, and they see that they have shorter time to also make more money from equity space, they might likely come back to the market. The profit margin for UBA dropped slightly from 21.2% to 19.1%. That means in every 1 naira gross earning of UBA, about 20 kobo is retained as what, because I have 19, about 20 kobo is retained as profit, which is also good. For me, it's a good one, not a total one, but a bad one. This is also fair for the bank. I'll tell you, this is a good number to look at in UBA number. For me, let's look forward to see more coming from the financial sector. Then the second one I want to look at here is the industrial medical gas. That is the former VOC gas. You can see the result that came also to also look up. This also an industrial company. You can see that the revenue moved from 2.76 billion to 3.81 billion, representing about 38.04% up. That is a good one. PAT also in the same direction from 322.4 4 million to 359.5 million. Less than 11 or 12% off, 11.5 or 12% off. For me, it's a good one for this company. Don't forget that in the last in the last 2 quarters, I've seen that most of the companies into activity, production, and also all this generally has cost of diesel, energy, and all. Even I can see what the flood is causing. We expect that this trend that we're seeing, that the flood will not kind of affect it. You can see that a lot of challenges here and there, but most of the companies that have come so far, like I said, about 70% are impressive, while about 30% is just miss, and some also decline that has put a disappointing number. Very few of them so far, but I believe that this is also a good number. The EPS moved from 77 kobo to 86 kobo, but you can usually forecast that this company can have, and then we can forecast about one naira 20 kobo or 1 naira 10 kobo earning per share, and that also tell that dividend around the 80 kobo or 70 kobo is possible for this. Looking at what they are paying out for UPA, like I said, I didn't make forecast for UPA. The forecast for any per share for full year from 3 naira 27 kobo. I will tell you, UPA can easily achieve 4 naira full year at the end of the day. If that is achieved or attained, we expect also an improvement in UPA dividend. For dividend income investor, it's also where you can look at the price of UPA and what they paid last year and what the earnings are saying now, what is likely to come out at the end of the day. It's very, very important. Yes, the last one we're looking at is one that came from Northern Nigeria Flour Mill. Here, this March year account. This is the first March year account as result. We can see that the numbers are not looking bad also, but the missed number as we speak, but not totally bad. The gross earnings, or sorry, the turnover for Northern Nigeria Flour Mill moved from 8.8 billion to 8.24 billion. That's just 2% or 3% or 2.86% up for the turnover. But if you look at the PAT, you can see there is a more improvement in PAT. It's just like cost efficient, and at the same time the nature of gas related business. For me, that is what we're seeing improve bottom line, better than what we saw in the top line. But bottom line was up, not really flat. But let's see that in the last full year result, we expect more improvement on their top line. Their top line was up by just 2.86%, and PAT moved from 173.7 million to 196.7 million. That's 13% up for the bottom line, and this translated to what? To 1 naira 10 kobo EPS against 97 kobo they did what in the previous year. This is an improvement. This is second half year result. I mean, for their 6 months. But you can project easily that from this number that this company can project about even 2 naira 40 kobo for the full year for the price is selling. See what to expect from this. For the profit margin, I'll tell you the profit margin is not encouraging. To also to reflect the cost of input or cost implication of what is happening in the economy generally. Their profit margin for 2022 is a 2.43, while for 2021 was a 2.5%. You can see these are the results released so far in the market this period. I believe that this also guide us as we look forward to see more, especially where the big names in the market will start releasing the results any moment from now. Once this is done, this will also change the face of the market as we speak now. I think this is what is happening right now in the market. Yesterday also we saw that Union Bank notified the market about what the monetary takeover of the remaining about 9 billion shares at 7 naira. And those that will qualify are those that will buy latest tomorrow, so that it will not be in the register or not before 30 or 1st of October. Those are those that will qualify. That means those that want to make about just either 15 to 16% are buying at 6 naira, they can get it. But those that are already there, we are sure of getting 7 naira from those that entered 4 naira, 5 naira, better. But for those that are buying today, also depends what you want to achieve. We don't know the time period it take them to pay out. If they can do the way of Honeywell, that would be very nice. That means in a shorter period you can pay out and use the money to go back to the market. These are the news in the market, but I'll tell you the earnings that are coming so far are really impressive, and that has supported the market right from the post-COVID-19 era till now. The market has enjoyed what positive earnings, and which has also kept the institutional investor back in the market because of these numbers that will also support a better payout. Don't forget that the price of equity now are lower compared to what they were in 2021, where they paid such a dividend. Even though they are repeating what they paid last year, with the kind of price we are seeing today, you see that we have a high dividend yield, and that's why people that are designed also use this opportunity of pullback in prices to accumulate what to accumulate more or increase their stake in good companies where there is what where there is a high potential that yes, this company dividend also will inch up at the end of the day. This is how to to trade and invest in this market at this moment. Why? Because investors are really taking advantage of information they are hearing in the market. As earnings are being released to the market, it's going to guide your decision whether to hold your position or not. Once this is done, you know exactly what to do in the market. But now I want to look at what is happening in the market by looking at our chart. I'll tell you that the market as we speak now is is in green. I'll start with that. Our market is doing 44,670.91. That's about 209.28. That's about 0.48 or let's say 0.5% up now as we speak. I'll tell you this is a good one to start the day. Yes, we have seen also that the UBA result that was released. We have not seen much on that, but I believe that, like I said, that we expect the market to react to that number was a good number. These are the decisions of the market. Also, if you look at also the market breadth is slightly in negative. We are seeing seven gainers and 8 losers, and you can see that this, let us say, slightly in negative. That's why a mixed market as we speak now. But we are seeing that the high price stocks are supporting the index, as also these area companies are the one that also pull back the index. We are seeing them in the gainer chart now to speak. The gainer chart, we are seeing BOA leading the pack with 10% up. The stock trading around almost 68, 20, almost 70 naira as we speak now. 10% off, followed by Swan Assurance, also Suna Assurance, see UBN that we just discussed now. UBN, Union Bank of Nigeria, ICO, and what and Jahis Bank. These are the the top 5 gainers. We have others in that chart, but these are the top 5. Also, if we look at the loser chart, we see Royal Exchange leading, followed by Cornerstone Insurance. You can see Honeywell. MTN is there down by 5 naira. Then we also seeing Unilever. These are the losers as we speak, the top 5 losers. I told you there are 8. These are the top 5 losers. But if you finally look at what is happening on the terms of volume, I tell you volume is very, very important. On the volume chart, we are seeing Sterling Bank leading that, followed by MTN Nigeria, Fidelity Bank, GT Code, and the Access Corp. These are the ones in that in terms of volume as we speak. Don't forget that volume is key. No matter what you are trading, but look at volume, it gives you a lot of information and insight what is happening in the market as we speak. On this note, we want to look at what is happening in BOA Cement. Want to check the chart. Look at what is happening also in how Union Bank chart is doing in this trend, but I give information that also impacting that one positively. Want to look at GT Code to see and UBA that got this result. Let's look at the chart. And finally, want to look at also what is happening in MTN. We know exactly that Unilever is a result of what the result released. Market is already reacting to that result. But let's see what is happening also in MTN. Again, these 5 time parameters. Let's look at this chart. This 5 stocks in the market right away. How they are doing in the market. But before we go looking at the individual stocks, we want to look at the market too. Look at the market chart pattern now. Market have been making lower lows good here, but at this point now, we can see that market is doing what lower highs. You can see where the market is after it has traded for like almost 4 days. We can see now this morning we're seeing a higher or a stronger gain, but still yet to cover the last lost market did in the last week. It's a lot of this is a long candle that got the market. Once we're able to recover this first candle, but this is a good sign that market is recovering. I've seen that this for me is a good one. But let's call our indicators as usual for our analysis. Here we're going to look at the stochastic oscillator to see where is the momentum, what the strength of the momentum that we're seeing in the market now. Yes, let's go back to the money. We're looking at the money flow from there. Let's take our T line. That T line, we don't play with it in this class. T line will there because help you to catch your easy position to buy and sell that too much. And let's call up the stochastic oscillator for final so that we can continue our class. Yes. Okay. This is our our chart. Now this chart is for us to know what is happening, in terms of psychology, sentiment, and perception of players in the market as we speak now. We are seeing a yes market trying to look up, but see on a day chart, you can see that market is still below the T line. You can see it for yourself. But we are seeing that after market has a trend here, we see a little breakout, but until market cover this point, that will not say what a breakout has occurred. As we speak, this is still a recovery market, but we are still watching to see sustain, and we can see that money flow has also improved. This is very, very important. That's why I have to put money flow has improved. As at yesterday, money flow was reading around 27. For this morning, we want to see the money flow around 31 point something. Once you break out this strong resistance level here and cross it to cross 50, we now say yes, money is back to the market. And also, like I tell you, a slow momentum, but now the momentum is also improving. If you look at these oscillators down here, you can see where it is now. Here, this is also called the oversold region. Oversold region. You can also see what is happening at this point. And if you look at go back and see what happened when the market comes to this level, when it comes to this level, but we want to see that the momentum is improving. Once you get to level, it's a good one. The momentum is looking up. It's a slow momentum now, a bit weak, but once you're able to become cross this point and become stronger, there's that yeah, this momentum. But for me, the money flow has given us a sign that in this recovery we're seeing, fund is coming back to the market after Ether for 3 days and put the market in a mess or in a pullback position for correction. But I see that once also positions start taking net after seeing their Q2 number, I also say these are things that will support the market. Like I said, end of the year seasonality and other things that happen. This is time for investors to position in good stock and wait for what for return. Don't panic out because others are panicking out, and don't just jump out of the market because others are jumping out. You know why you are in the market. That's why you must have knowledge at your bed and experience to invest profitably in any market situation. That's why we will continue to guide you in this platform. Yes, let's look at 1 hour chart for the market before we look at this few stocks that we just mentioned. BUA, UBN, GT Code, UBA, and NGN. Yes, you can see as we speak now, the market on a 1 hour chart has struck the T line. For me, it's a good one. You can see it already here in an hour. For the last hour today, the market has been trading above the T line on a 1 hour chart. For me, it's a good one, and you can see strong momentum fine in the market now. For you to know that yes, this is what we're looking at should be extended to the day chart and also the weekly going to the future as more earnings hit the market. We are the fuel the market is waiting for to is this earnings. Once this earnings come, we'll see this improved numbers we are seeing so far. It is sustained from other sectors and more company regulators that will also change the face of the market. Also attract liquidity. It might not be immediately, but I'll tell you before the middle of November, we might see the market changing. And also, if at the end of the day, US as the US Fed have so to slow down rate hike, once also be replicated in other climate because there have been like a pace setter. Once they start, others start doing the same thing. I believe that also add more momentum to the market. Let's look at what is happening in Boasment that has supported this market this morning. Let's see what is happening there. Let's look at the chart of Boasment. Let's try both as well. We know the strength of this momentum. Boasment on the 1 hour chart, you can see this big no gain here for the day. You can see it here, but also a slower one here too. After touching about almost 68 or thereabout, you can see where it is now. You can see in the last 1 hour the big line, the big candlestick, and the smaller one here. You can see the position of the market for the stock. But good thing is that on the 1 hour, we can see a slowdown here. The money flow is looking down, but still strong at 93, and also see momentum here trying to also on the breakout, but we are seeing a slowdown in this momentum, but because still making an uptrend, but yet we are seeing a kind of a slowdown. But I believe that once able to cross the 50% here, go the red line is the middle line we are seeing here is here. Once able to cross it, that is also a good sign. But let's go to a day chart for BUA to see what is happening there. You can see that BUA have gone up here. You can see the sign, but now it has slowed down. But let's see whether it will own it up the market close. It touch here, but can go down to this level. You can see where it is now. Good one, just slightly below the on top of the T line. That's where it's trading on the day chart. But you can see my money flow is still strong around 95, looking up. Also, momentum is also strong at this point. So let's go straight to UBN. Let's look at UBN momentum. For those that have taken advantage of the news, let's see what is in for investors in this stock or traders. What is the momentum? Yes, As we speak, this is a day chart. The stock is trading. For me, the money flow is looking down. Despite it's among the gainers, as we speak, still looking down. Money flow, and the momentum is just trying to peak here. Can see still a weak momentum, but trying to look up. It's a good one for, like I said, price is 7 naira. If you are buying anything above this price or close to it, that means for those maybe who prefer to wait to see the outcome of the decision, wouldn't that going to pay at 7 naira already? They're going to pay us. They're buying at almost 7 naira doesn't make any sense because you won't get much from it. But I believe that investors that had already should good position and take the 7 naira. For those that want to jump, want you to get it today, I don't believe that there is need for you to buy it, again, because if you are buying at 7 naira going to pay you, what are you waiting for? You can easily move it to another stock and position. But on a 1 hour chart for Union Bank, we are seeing an improved momentum. Again, momentum is improving here. Sharp one, can see it here, good one. For money flow is looking down. You can see there's a missed sentiment here, or missed indicator, momentum indicator we are seeing. And also, if I do that on a 1 hour chart, was in a weak one below the T line here. You can see it down here. But let's see how it goes. The next one is GT code. Look at GT code. GT code. Let's look at the position of the bank. To speak, because all eyes on the banking stocks and the industrial goods. We expect, WAPCO, BOA, cement, all of them to look at the results. Yes, on the 1 hour chart, you can see that GT code still remain in green, but just flat on the T line. Does not confirm it continue down or up. Not flat on the T line. But like I said, money flow is just improving to reading around 29 or 30 now, but still at what? At oversold individual. I tell you that this stock is still cheap. I can look at, can see it here. But once the momentum start looking up, you sure know. But you need to guard what is happening now. You see this candlestick was seen on this 1 hour chart. Let's go to a day chart to confirm for us what is happening in the stock. On a day chart, which is good, it's above the three lines are trending. When you see stocks are trending for this, we want to know how long it's trended before a pullback, a pull out of this way, either up or down. But once you look at the money flow, it's looking down after reading about almost 60. It's now reading around 52, and still the momentum is still strong. Wow, I'll tell that momentum is still very, very strong for this stock. Just look at it. We have a strong momentum here. You don't need to panic. Just hold your position. Even when it's trending, tell that it's still trending, but not below the T line. And momentum is strong. Hold your position to see the number for GT code. Quick one. Let's look at what is happening in UBA. That want to see what is happening in UBA. UBA. United Bank of Africa. Let's look at what is happening there. Finally, we call it a day and move forward. And look at after looking at the MTN. Yes, you can see this stock. It moved up this morning to almost 710. But we're seeing this is a sign. This is a kind of a hammer sign. Also, a sign that try to resist decline. But when market stock is going up and we are seeing this hammer sign, it's not too good also. But let's watch and see. But money flow for the stock is good. Now it has crossed almost for 50, fine. For a long time, you can see that it has been below that. There's a phone, and momentum is very strong in UBA. I mean, for me, you need to hold your position. I tell you earlier, it's in above the T line, despite forming the hammer, candle formation here. The stock is still very strong, and that is that this number that was released is also a plus. You can see that phone is still entering the stock. It's a sign that people are taking position at this time. That is why we are seeing improved phone above what 50 now. For me, it's a good one for UBA. Finally, let's look at UBA 1 hour chart. Sorry, let me look at it. On the 1 hour chart, you can see that you can see here on the 1 hour chart, latest one is in green already, and around that 7:15, 7:10 was seen earlier. Money flow is still looking up, and we're seeing the momentum is still very strong on this. So for me, it's a good one for the stock. I think there's no cause for alarm. There's no cause for alarm, despite the oil price that is going up and down. I think the banking sector have to benefit from that, because this sector will be highly likely exposed with the also with the with the MPR moving from almost 400 basis point. Tell you that this sector will benefit from it. Finally, let's look at MTN and see what is happening in MTN as we speak now to call this last day for today. MTN on 1 hour chart, can see that can see volume the last 1 hour. This is a 1 hour chart. Look at where it is now. It has moved touch almost 200 naira today, but now it's around 98. I'm not the store, that's where it's trending. But for me, we're seeing improved momentum on there, looking at the stochastic coordinator, and money flow is very low, but still looking up slightly, but low below what? Below, 10. That means once one enter, we will not say where the stock go. Let's look at a day chart for MTN to give us a clear indication. Now, as we speak now, it's trading flat on the T line. You can see it has come up here, but yet to break out. But as I've seen a good momentum sign here down, this is a good one to see where the stock is going. Money flow is still looking down also on the day chart. But I see a good performance in this stock. That there are all eyes on the stock what fundamental financial to come for the work for third quarter. There's no cause for alarm. Let's keep our finger crossed for these companies. I believe that their numbers are not looking badly. The ones we have seen. If you're looking forward to see the third quarter, I believe that they maintain what you see in the last 2 quarters, and that will be good for the market. I will say thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of the trading day. See you tomorrow, although at this at a normal time for another class. Like I say, feel free to ask questions. For those that are also sending some comment on the channel on the YouTube channel, I will say thank you. Also, tell us where area that you want us to do more. Also, open your eyes to that sector to get something doing. This is very, very important at this point. I'll say thank you also for other information. You can go to our site. You can go to our site, and also get all this information and also add questions at the right time as you need. I'll say thank you and enjoy the rest of your day. I remain Ambrose for more. See you tomorrow, hopefully by God's grace.